The new season of Outlander opens in the quiet moments, the spaces between the battles, where the characters catch their breath and the landscape tells its own story. The Scottish Highlands, with their rugged cliffs and fog-laden valleys, seem almost alive, holding the memories of everything that has happened before. Here, Jaime Fraser walks the paths he knows so well, the weight of his past victories and losses pressing heavily on his shoulders. Every glance, every step, tells a story of a man who has fought not just wars, but the very currents of time, and who carries both the scars of battle and the warmth of love. Claire, ever resilient, moves through her world with purpose. Her mind is sharp, her heart unwavering, and her hands, once stained with the blood of necessity, now work tirelessly to heal and protect those she loves. In these opening moments, this series reminds us that the greatest battles are often fought in silence, in the quiet courage of everyday life. The family she has built, with Brianna and Roger, becomes a symbol of hope and continuity. A reminder that even in a world shaped by danger and betrayal, love can endure. Yet, the calm is deceptive. The winds carry whispers of unrest, distant sounds that hint at challenges beyond the horizon. New faces appear in shadowed villages, and familiar allies return with news that cannot be ignored. The landscape itself, so beautiful and serene, conceals threats that are unseen but deeply felt. As Jaime and Claire move through these moments, viewers are drawn into a delicate balance between safety and peril. Every look exchanged between them, every silent pause in conversation, carries the weight of what is to come. This is a world where nothing is permanent and peace is always fleeting. Season 8 begins with a sense of tension beneath tranquility, a reminder that the lives we treasure are never truly secure. The Fraser family, though strong, is not invincible. And as they navigate this quiet before the storm, audiences are reminded of the series' core truth: in the Highlands, love and loyalty are tested by time, fate, and the ever-present shadow of danger. The opening sequences of the season are not just about setting the stage. They are a meditation on resilience, courage, and the ties that bind us. Each scene, each frame, carries a duality: the beauty of the land and the fragility of the moment. As the camera lingers over stone cottages, rolling hills, and flickering candlelight in familiar homes, viewers sense that the serenity of today may vanish with the coming wind. Characters we have followed for years show layers of vulnerability, revealing fears they have hidden from one another and from themselves. The quiet moments with Jaime in the fields, Claire in her study, Brianna at home with Roger, are punctuated by small gestures: a touch, a glance, a sigh that speak louder than words ever could. In these frames, the series reminds us that it is the human connection, the bonds we forge, that give meaning to the battles we fight and the trials we endure. The audience feels the tension between what is known and what is coming, a delicate dance that builds anticipation while grounding the story in the emotional reality of the characters' lives. Even as the world seems calm, there is a pulse beneath it, a rhythm that hints at the approaching storm. The first section of the season is devoted to exploring this balance, establishing stakes not through loud action, but through intimate human moments, subtle expressions, and the interplay between the characters and their surroundings. The Highlands themselves act as a silent character, majestic, untamed, and capable of both shelter and peril. This duality sets the tone for everything that follows. By the time viewers are drawn into the story, they are already aware that peace is fragile, that loyalty will be tested, and that the choices made in quiet moments can echo across lives in ways both profound and devastating. Season 8 begins with this delicate tension, inviting audiences to look closer, feel deeper, and prepare for the trials that lie ahead. The calm before the storm is never just a pause, it is the very stage on which the next chapter will unfold, full of heart, courage, and the ever-present whisper of destiny. Even as the Fraser family navigates the fragile peace of their world, the shadows of conflict begin to stretch long across the Highlands. The land itself seems to hold its breath, as though aware of the unrest that is slowly creeping toward the doors of familiar homes. Season 8 delves deeper into the tensions that have been simmering beneath the surface. For years-old rivalries, grudges, and ambitions that refuse to die quietly. Jaime stands at the center of the storm, a leader forced to make impossible choices. Every step he takes carries the weight of responsibility, not only for his own family but for an entire community that depends on his courage and wisdom. The camera lingers on his eyes, sharp and calculating, but also haunted by memories of battles fought and friends lost. It is in these moments that viewers understand the true cost of leadership, the balance between protecting what one loves and confronting dangers that threaten to destroy it all. Claire, too, is caught in the tide of uncertainty. Her medical expertise, once focused solely on healing, now becomes a tool for survival, strategy, and sometimes confrontation. Each patient, each family she tends, reminds her that life in the Highlands is fragile and precious. She moves with quiet determination, navigating the complex web of loyalties and conflicts that surround her, always aware that the smallest misstep can have devastating consequences. Meanwhile, Brianna and Roger find themselves facing challenges that test not only their courage but their understanding of the world they inhabit. The younger generation must confront threats that are both external and internal, from rival factions to secrets that linger in the shadows of the past. Their journey reveals that danger is rarely straightforward. It is layered, insidious, and capable of striking at the heart of even the most prepared family. The season explores how conflict is never just about the battle itself, it is about the choices that lead to it, the sacrifices made along the way, and the cost paid in human connection. Viewers witness arguments that escalate into lasting tensions, alliances that shift unexpectedly, and enemies whose motives are as complex as the Highlands themselves. The storytelling emphasizes that every action, even one made with the best intentions, carries consequences that ripple far beyond the moment. Against this backdrop of uncertainty, the landscapes of Season 8 take on a symbolic weight. Stormy skies, mist-shrouded valleys, and dense forests mirror the internal struggles of the characters. The wind rustling through the trees becomes a reminder of change, and the ever-present fog represents both uncertainty and the secrets that shape lives. The cinematography is designed to immerse viewers in this tension, making the Highlands feel both familiar and ominous at the same time. Throughout the season, there is a sense that nothing is guaranteed. Friendships may fracture, loyalties may be tested, and the outcomes of battles, both literal and metaphorical, remain uncertain until the final moment. This tension is heightened by the introduction of new characters whose intentions are unclear. Some arrive as allies, others as threats, but all serve to challenge the Frasers in ways they have not yet imagined. The series cleverly balances these new elements with the existing ensemble, allowing the story to grow organically while maintaining the emotional depth that fans expect. Season 8 also explores how the past continues to shape the present. Ghosts of old decisions haunt the characters, influencing choices and reactions in ways that cannot always be anticipated. Jamie and Claire are forced to confront the legacies they have created, and the ways in which those legacies intersect with the lives of those around them. Every scene reinforces the idea that the Highland world they inhabit is a living, breathing entity, where history, memory, and consequence are inextricably linked. In this section of the season, the stakes are higher, the tension more palpable, and the emotional depth more intense than ever before. Viewers are drawn into a world where the calm of the past is shattered by the encroaching shadows of conflict, and where every decision carries a weight that can tip the balance between survival and catastrophe. By the end of these opening chapters, it becomes clear that Season 8 will not shy away from exploring the complexities of human struggle, the fragility of peace, and the enduring power of love and loyalty in the face of uncertainty. The shadows may loom large, but within them lie moments of courage, hope, and resilience that define the very heart of the Fraser family and the world they fight to protect. The calm of the Highlands is gone, replaced by a restless energy that hums beneath every stone wall and forest path. Season 8 of Outlander moves into a world where every shadow holds a question, and every glance carries a hidden meaning. Jamie and Claire find themselves navigating a labyrinth of unseen dangers, both political and personal, where the rules are unspoken, and betrayal can come from the most unexpected places. The balance of power in their world has shifted, and the familiar alliances of the past are fragile at best. Jamie's mind is constantly alert, measuring risks, calculating strategies, and anticipating moves that have yet to be made. His strength is legendary, but even he must confront the limits of endurance when the threats around him grow more complex and layered. Claire, too, is facing challenges that demand not just her skill and intelligence, but her resilience and intuition. Her ability to adapt is tested in ways she could not have imagined. Every medical emergency, every plea for help, every subtle political maneuver becomes a crucible where her courage and compassion are weighed against the relentless pressure of survival. The season explores the psychological tension of living in a world where danger is never far away, where calm moments are fleeting, and where trust is a precious commodity. New players enter the story, each carrying their own motives, secrets, and ambitions. Some bring opportunity, others bring chaos. Their presence shifts the dynamics among the Frasers and their allies, creating unpredictable currents that sweep across every interaction. These unseen dangers are not just external. They are woven into the very fabric of relationships. Words said in passing, alliances formed quietly, and decisions made in isolation ripple outward, shaping the course of lives and altering destinies. Season 8 emphasizes that the battles that matter most are not only fought on fields or in halls, but in hearts and minds, where loyalty, love, and trust are constantly tested. The tension is heightened through the season's cinematic language. The Highlands themselves become a mirror of the unfolding drama. Fog-laden valleys conceal threats. Rivers reflect fractured realities. Forests hide both pursuers and secrets. Every landscape shot is carefully composed to reflect the underlying uncertainty of the narrative. Scenes linger on eyes that watch too closely, on hands that tremble before decisive action, and on the spaces between characters where unspoken truths reside. The emotional stakes are matched by the physical dangers that arise in the form of raids, duels, and unexpected confrontations. Season 8 layers these perils, creating a narrative in which survival is never guaranteed, and where every choice carries weight. The series highlights the vulnerability of even its strongest characters, reminding viewers that courage is not the absence of fear but the ability to act despite it. For Brianna and Roger, the tension of these unseen dangers becomes a coming-of-age of sorts. They must learn to navigate a world shaped by the choices of those who came before them, confronting threats that are both immediate and far-reaching. Their journey reflects the series' deeper theme that legacy is never passive. It is actively inherited, reshaped, and sometimes challenged by new generations. Season 8 also delves into the moral complexity of leadership and survival. Characters must decide not just what is right, but what is necessary, often confronting dilemmas where no answer feels just or complete. These decisions reverberate through the narrative, creating consequences that unfold slowly, like ripples on a still lake, touching every aspect of life in the Highlands. As the season progresses, viewers sense that the unseen dangers are intensifying, converging toward inevitable moments of confrontation and revelation. Suspense builds not through loud spectacle alone but through the careful layering of emotional, political, and physical threats, all of which interconnect in ways that keep audiences on edge. By weaving together internal struggles, interpersonal tension, and external threats, Season 8 crafts a world that feels both intimate and epic. Every scene contributes to a sense of rising stakes, a reminder that the Highlands are no longer a sanctuary, they are a battlefield where courage, wit, and loyalty are constantly tested. The rising tensions and unseen dangers of the season serve as the crucible in which characters are forged, revealing hidden strengths and vulnerabilities, reshaping relationships, and setting the stage for conflicts that will define the next chapter of the Fraser family's story. The world they inhabit is harsh, unpredictable, and beautiful. And Season 8 leans into this duality with a precision that makes every moment feel alive, every risk palpable, and every choice consequential. As Season 8 unfolds, the quiet tension of the Highlands gives way to the heart of the storm, where every choice, every bond, and every secret collides with unrelenting force. The world that Jamie and Claire know is no longer a backdrop of rolling hills and gentle rivers. It becomes a living, breathing battlefield where love, loyalty, and survival are constantly tested. This is the season where consequences cannot be avoided, where past decisions return like echoes that demand attention, and where even the smallest misstep has the power to unravel everything the Frasers have fought to protect. Jamie's strength is tested like never before, not only by the threats that circle him, but by the moral dilemmas that force him to question who he is and what he stands for. The man who has always carried the burdens of others now faces choices that threaten to fracture the very foundation of his family. Every plan, every strategy becomes a delicate balance between ambition, necessity, and the relentless pull of conscience. Claire, equally tested, moves with unwavering purpose. Yet even her formidable intellect and courage cannot fully shield her from the dangers that arise. The season highlights her evolution, portraying a woman who is not only a healer but a strategist, a mother, and a partner who must navigate treacherous waters where emotion and pragmatism are in constant conflict. Their love, once a source of sanctuary, is now a source of both strength and vulnerability, a reminder that even the deepest bonds can be stretched to their limits. Under the weight of the world, Brianna and Roger, caught in the turbulence of new threats and shifting allegiances, face challenges that force them to grow rapidly. The younger generation confronts realities that test their resilience, their resourcefulness, and their understanding of what it means to protect what they love. Their journey becomes intertwined with the larger narrative, showing that courage and wisdom are often forged in the crucible of danger and uncertainty. The season's landscapes reflect this intensity, moving from serene highlands to storm-lashed cliffs, from quiet villages to battlegrounds where shadows stretch long and danger is never far away. Nature itself mirrors the emotional and physical stakes, with wind, rain, and mist serving as both adversary and ally, heightening the drama and drawing viewers into the pulse of the story. Season 8 also delves into the theme of legacy in a way that is both intimate and epic. The choices made by Jamie and Claire reverberate not only through their lives, but through the lives of those who follow. illustrating that the consequences of courage, love, and sacrifice extend far beyond the immediate moment. Friends and foes alike must confront the truth that history is not merely observed. It is shaped by action, decision, and sometimes heartbreak. Unseen forces converge as old rivals reemerge, new enemies rise, and alliances shift unpredictably. The tension is relentless, compelling viewers to stay on edge as the narrative weaves together personal drama, political intrigue, and life-or-death stakes. Season 8 does not shy away from exploring the emotional toll of conflict, portraying moments of vulnerability, despair, and fear alongside triumph, hope, and resilience. The series emphasizes that even heroes are human, and that strength is measured not only by action but by the ability to endure, to forgive, and to love amidst chaos. Every confrontation, every revelation, every whisper of betrayal adds layers to the narrative, creating a rich tapestry where suspense and emotion are inseparable. By the midpoint and beyond, viewers feel the full force of the storm, the interwoven threads of danger, love, and destiny, making it clear that nothing in the Highlands is certain, and that the heart of the storm is where character, courage, and consequence collide. Season 8 ultimately delivers a narrative that is both intimate and grand, where the personal struggles of the Fraser family mirror the sweeping forces that shape their world. It is a chapter defined by tension, emotional depth, and the relentless pursuit of what matters most: survival, justice, and the enduring power of love. Every scene, from whispered conversations to climactic confrontations, underscores the truth that the world they inhabit is unforgiving yet beautiful, perilous yet full of possibility. The heart of the storm is not just a setting, it is a crucible, a test, and a promise that, no matter what comes, the Fraser family's story will continue with courage, conviction, and a love that endures against all odds.